The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
All right, Coach, if you could open us up with a statement about this one.
We went into the game, they pressed, we pressed. We knew it was going to be up-tempo, fast-paced game. And we tried to stick with it as long as we could in the first half. And we knew if we could stay with it that both teams played last night. It was going to be an attrition-type thing. Who's going to be able to fight through the fatigue. We were only down by 4 at the half. We tried to get down there at halftime and make sure they understood, look, we're at home. We got a great crowd. We're only down by 4. We're going to get back now, and we're going to make things tough on them and play in the half court. Hopefully they'll stay in the press. And it might open up some things for us as long as we take care of the basketball. And, we did. Once we got to shooting the ball well and scoring, we went on a barrage of threes there, and obviously that got us the lead. And then I was proud of how they got into the fourth quarter and held on to it and didn't turn the ball over. Made everything very difficult for them to get their threes off. Great win in this environment for our kids.
It was a 9-point game with 4:14 to go in the second quarter. You cut it down to 4. How big was that stretch to cut the deficit down to 4 before the break?
Obviously it was huge. They had an opportunity. God, they're so fast. They're so athletic. They were beating us in transition. They were beating us through the press. And we just knew if we could just hang in there to where we could get the halftime, get our legs back under us, come out, kind of change what we were doing, we thought we'd be fine. And I was glad that they hung in there. That's a sign of a really good basketball team. Playing against them with their speed, that we were able to hang in there. And then once we got going there, you saw us get the lead and we were able to hang on.
Kayla, let me turn to you. 3 straight games you had been below your averages. You come out today with 31 points. Your previous career high was 23 against Lander. What's it about playing Lander that you feel good about?
I don't know. I guess it's just the tempo and the fast pace, and I know they're a good team and they're going to come out ready for us, so I knew I had to step up.
It's a very athletic team in Lander as well. What was the mood like in the locker room as you guys were down by 4 and Lander seemed to be taking it to you?
We just told each other to keep our heads up and that we were in a good position, that we knew third quarter was ours.
Mika, we talked a little bit this year. No double-doubles for you, but you come out with 11 assists. Why were you such a playmaker tonight?
I got to give a shout-out to my teammates, of course. Kayla going 6 for 7 from the 3, so that's 6 of my assists basically. And then Tori coming in, stepping up, hitting some big threes. And I think that the tempo that they have with us is how I got my assists today.
So in the second half, you scored the first 5 points of the half for your team. Why did you come out feeling so hot there in the second half?
I just came out at halftime ready to take the team on my back because I knew that if I could spark it, that they would join me. That's a great thing about this team is we're an energy team and we feed off of each other. And so I knew if I could come out and just step it up, that they would follow me.
Kayla, for you at North Georgia on Monday, you already beat them this season, but the students will be back. You'll have a really raucous environment. It's already been raucous. What's the crowd been like for you the first 2 games of this tournament?
Oh, it's been awesome. It's been great, and it's always fun to play in front of the crowd that gets into it.
Anybody?
That barrage we talked about a little bit there at the end of the third quarter, it was nuts. It seemed like it was every time the ball was coming up from downtown, it was going in.
Right.
From your all's perspective, with that game being so tight early on, what did that do for the momentum and confidence that end out with that game?
Yeah, anytime you're playing in this type of game where it's like, man, if we can just get over the hump. I think we had that 51-50. We tried to get Mika a shot on a blob, and my fear of them being able to take it and go the other end happened. We got down again by 5, 6, 7 points. I don't know what it was. But, they handled the ball in the press. They were able to get it down. And as a coach, I trust them. I'm going to let them play, and I'm going to let them shoot the ball. And once they got to feeling it, Tori came off the bench there and played really well tonight. And a lot of people started playing with it. And then she started bringing the ball down the floor, got 11 assists tonight, and she's not even our point guard. So she did a really good job of taking some of that pressure off of Harris and Bree, who are our primary ball handlers. And, I think it's just a matter of just letting them go. The way that Lander's going to play, they're going to press you, they're going to turn you over. If you want to have a chance of beating them, you got to take care of the basketball. And they cashed in when they were able to take those open shots.
Mika, it seems like after the end of every timeout, you were one of those people who were trying to charge everyone up. Third quarter, you hit that shot. I think I may have the ice in my veins type thing going on. Mm-hmm. How important in this game was it to kind of provide that emotional, that energy?
Oh yeah, like I said earlier, how our team is an energy. We build off of each other, and so I know that if I could come out with positivity and motivation, that they would just join me, and it'll just keep increasing and increasing.
And how important is it now that you guys have gotten 2 games into the postseason here? to have some tight situations to work on. How important is that going to be moving forward?
Well, actually, it started with our quarterfinal game in the SAC, and then we moved on to our semifinal game. And we didn't have those blowout games. Everything has been tight since that quarterfinal game started, and we've had to find a way to make plays. We've really put an emphasis defensively. Now, we gave up some points tonight, obviously. We had to change up what we do, but I thought once we got into half court, we played a little bit better, but we've had stiff games, quarterfinals, semifinals. The championship game against Wingate was stiff. Last night was a very difficult game. We had to make shots down the stretch. Tonight it came a little bit early to be able to build that lead. But, when the chips looked down, our kids stepped up. They made those big shots, got the lead. And then when we got the lead and we got over that hump, you could see their energy. Now they thought, man, we can really pull this thing out and we can get this big win in front of our home crowd. And this guy over here, well, girl, I call them guys a lot, but they were killing the glass, man. They were getting on offensive rebounds, and we've been talking to her a lot about not, being able to put them back up instead of pulling them out. And she had several there that it felt like that she got offensive rebounds and just straight putbacks, second chance points, and that just fuels everything. It doesn't give Lander any life that they can get back into the game when you're getting second chance points off offensive rebounding.
Big difference in the second half rebounding to the first half. I thought maybe, especially they got a lot of extra opportunities on there in the glass that those disappeared.
Yeah. Well, they came out, and I knew they were going to come out, ready to rock. Lander, I'm talking about. They're very athletic. They go after the glass. That's their MO, is to shoot it and go get it, turn people over, speed them up. And they had our number there in the first half. We were very lucky to be only down by 4, and so we felt like, man, we're only down 4. We're really good to go in the second half. I think really getting out of that press, though, saved our kids' legs, and they continued to press for basically the entire second half, where they wore them down. And you got to look. I'm going to be honest with you. 15 went out of the game for them. I think they have another player that went out. I know 15 went out. So that really hurt their rotation. That hurt their legs, and I'm sure to some degree that kind of aided what we were able to do because they had guys out there that hadn't had a break. And that's part of the game. That's unfortunate for them, but I was proud. Of course, we didn't go very deep either. Once we only went about 7 right there at the end. We didn't play Jekka a whole lot because we just felt like Stubby was doing a good job on their post. And so these guys, did you come out in the second half? I don't think you did you? And you probably didn't come out either. So we played a lot of guys the same minutes. But when you're at home, this is the great thing about being the 1 seed, is when you can have a packed house and the crowd can get behind you. Because if we'd have been on the road in that first half, it probably wouldn't have been a pretty picture. But because the crowd was behind us, we stayed in it. Once we got the lead, once we got over the hump and we got that lead, the crowd really picked us up, and these guys felt it. And at that point as a coach, I felt very confident they were going to be able to pull this thing out.
Kayla, you go 6 of 7 on threes. What's it feel like to be that dialed in?
Oh, it was great. In the last few games, I was off, but I was talking to Alan Morgan before the game, and he's just telling me not to think when I shoot it, so I was like, I'm just going to let it go.
Mika, Coach was talking about that when you guys tied the game, got that 1-point lead, and it did seem like there was the script flipped at that point. The whole momentum, everything changed. What did you guys feel on the court while that was happening?
All I could hear was the crowd saying defense, and just hearing the crowd with us, and then sometimes I was even clapping with the crowd just because I was so hyped for them. It was awesome to have everybody just on one team for one mission. It was just awesome.
Anything else? Thank you.